Okay, let's go.
Have you ever wondered if belief can really rewrite your reality, even when you're starting from scratch? Well, today, we're diving into a powerful story about a boy named Kabir, and his journey is going to challenge everything you think you know about limitations.
You know, this question, it was like a shadow that followed Kabir everywhere he went. He'd hear it in his village, in the whispers, and the laughter anytime he talked about his dreams. It was like a cage made of words, designed to keep him and his world small.
So, what happens when someone decides to just shatter that cage? Well, that's exactly what this story is about. A boy with absolutely nothing in his pockets who dared to believe he was capable of everything. Okay, so let's get into it. To really understand the scale of Kabir's journey, we first have to see his starting point. You have to see just how steep the climb was for him, right from the very beginning. And let me tell you, Kabir's reality was harsh. This wasn't just some abstract idea of poverty. We're talking about the real, day-to-day stuff. A torn school bag, shoes with holes in them, and sometimes even that gnawing feeling of going to bed hungry. That was his starting line. And this is where you see the real struggle, right? On the inside, Kabir had this huge, burning dream to change his family's destiny. But on the outside, all anyone else saw were his circumstances. They told him, hey, forget about the future, just worry about your next meal. It was a constant battle. But then, something happened. A single encounter that changed absolutely everything. This is the moment the whole story pivots, and it all comes down to one conversation.
So, one evening, when he was feeling at his absolute lowest, Kabir met this wise teacher, a man known as Guruji. And here's the crucial part. Guruji saw something in this kid that nobody else had ever bothered to look for.
You see, it all came down to perspective. Where the rest of the village just saw a poor boy defined by what he didn't have, Guruji looked deeper. He saw a fire burning behind all that pain, a powerful, untapped potential. And then Guruji gave him this incredible metaphor. He told Kabir, that fire you feel, that is your belief. He said it wasn't something to hide, it was something to protect, to feed with courage and discipline. This belief, this was going to be the light for his path forward. Now, Guruji didn't just give him a nice speech, he gave him an actual game plan. First, protect that inner fire from all the doubt out there. Second, you have to actively feed it with hard work and new skills. Third, keep cleaning the dust off your mirror. Basically, wipe away the negative image society gave him so he could see his own potential clearly. And finally, always hold on to that vision of his true, powerful self. This became Kabir's new code to live by. Okay, so advice is one thing, but action is everything, right? So how did Kabir turn these lessons into a new reality? Well, he started forging a new path, piece by painful piece. He became relentless. I mean, his whole life transformed into a mission. Think about this schedule. School in the morning, then working at a tea shop in the evening. Weekends weren't for rest. They were for learning new skills from a mechanic. Nights weren't for sleep, but for studying under a dim light. Every single moment became fuel for that fire.
And we have to remember why he was doing all this. This incredible effort wasn't just about him. It was for his sick mother who desperately needed medicine, and for his father, a poor farmer who deserved to finally rest. His work was fueled by a deep love and a need to change their lives.
And it all started with this, 1 rupee at a time. Every single coin he earned was saved with intense focus, with a purpose. He was building his future from the absolute ground up, 1 rupee at a time. So after years of this relentless sacrifice and hard work, what was the result? Well, this is the part of the story where belief, when you feed it with action, actually starts to rewrite reality itself. His growth was just exponential. As you could see, it started with just a tiny repair corner. That grew into his first real shop, which then grew to 3 shops. And finally, the culmination of all his work, he launched his very own brand. The dream was no longer just a dream. And this is the real payoff. This success wasn't just about business, it was about changing lives. His mother was finally getting the regular medical care she needed. His father could finally stop toiling in the fields and rest. Kabir had literally rewritten his family's destiny. And what about the villagers? The very same people who laughed and asked how a boy with empty pockets could think big? Well, they were now lining up outside his office, hoping for a chance to work for him.
a complete reversal. So what's the core lesson we can take from Kabir's incredible journey? Let's bring it all together and see how his story can maybe start a new chapter in our own lives.
The crucial takeaway is really this, and it echoes Guruji's wisdom. It was never about the money in Kabir's pocket, it was always about the vision in his heart. And that is the true measure of our potential.
Kabir's story is proof that our circumstances are our starting point, not our destiny. The power to rewrite our future begins with a single decision: to protect that fire inside us and to dare to think big. So the only question left is, for you, what will you start today?